Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Clifton Lane and welcome to your third half. So to start with, let's have a big Rotherham welcome for our visitors today from Esher. So last year was obviously our centenary. It was also Esher's centenary. We managed to get promotion from National 2 and they managed to get promotion from National 2. So two great centenary years and great to be playing against them again this year. So I think that's a round of applause for two promotions, please. Yeah. So apart from a little wobble at the start of the second half, I think that were quite a dominant display from our guys. And that's 3 from 3. So a big round of applause for your Rotherham Titans. And to go into a bit more detail about the game, I'd like to ask Director of Rugby, Harvey Billion, to come up and say a few words, please. Harvey Billion.
Good afternoon, everyone. John, I'm not sure about the detail I'm going to put into the game, but firstly, thank you to all the supporters. I mean, there was a couple of moments in the game where we really needed you, and I'm sure and I know the players heard you out there. To our Esher team, don't underestimate you. Had us under pressure at 19-26. It was a moment where we could have wobbled. Now, I'm proud of our players for coming back and sticking through that, but your effort to then keep playing was very good, so please don't underestimate. I'm sure you'll win a lot of games of rugby with that attitude. Well done today. John's right, it's three wins from 3 and probably not what we expected, but I know in the team huddle when I signed off I said, well, it just means we've got to try and keep getting better and keep learning, and we've learned a lot from today, and it means Tuesday we've got to train harder, Thursday we've got to train harder again, and going to another big challenge against Sale FC. So the last thing I'd say is to my players, thank you very much for the effort, keep learning, and let's make sure we can keep on putting on performances in front of you guys and the supporters. Thank you very much.
So now it's time for the chairman's choice, and the sponsor of the beers today is Bruce Lang. So, Bruce, big round of applause for Bruce. So to tell us about the Esher man of the match, welcome up on stage, your chairman, Mr. Nick Cragg.
Hi everybody, I'd just like to echo what John has said and welcome Esher, the great club, and they always make us extremely welcome down there. The old rib is, that we get smoked salmon down there, they get beef pie up here. Anyway.
All wrong with beef pie.
Nothing wrong with beef pie. I thought, Esher, as our coach said, at the start of the second half at 26-19, it was a bit edgy, but we came through. But Esher showed spirit, and I thought 2 players for me, always I find 2, don't I? So, and I thought the 9, Charlie Clare, I thought was very good, but he went off for about 20 minutes, and there was another guy there, number 7, where are we, number 7? Yeah, Gabriel Thriki. I thought he did tremendously well. He was there busy with it, getting busy all the time, being a nuisance. So, Gabriel, you're man of the match.
I'd just like to thank everyone here at Rotherham. It's a brilliant club here. Gave us a really tough game. You stuck in there for 50-60 minutes, but you keep going and it was hard. But yeah, thank you very much and see you next time at our place.
to tell us about the Rotherham Titans man of the match, we've got the chair of the National Leagues and long-term Esher supporter, Mr. John Inverdale.
What a joy it is to be here, standing here after a 48-19 defeat. But there we are. I can honestly say, by the way, God, how the world has changed. I played my very first ever game of senior rugby here after leaving university for Lincoln against Rotherham on a September Saturday, and it was always the first game of the season. Some old people over there are remembering that. It was always the first. And I also, the very old people there. Yeah. In fact, we probably played against each other. And I tell you one thing that tells you how the game has changed. I remember my first ever game captaining Lincoln was here in 1981, and the club had just decided at the AGM the previous season to increase the match fees to £1.50 a match. and it was the captain's job. So Owen, bear this in mind. You don't realize how fucking easy your job is. You don't realise. So having and by the way, we won. I want to make that point. We won. But so you played out there. We'd won. It was a hard old game. I came in here and I had to go around the whole of the team and ask them for £1.50 for having played in the match. That's how it was in those days. And half of them said, that's 3 pints. Because that's how much it was. And some of them didn't want to pay. So all the way home we were sort of arguing about, is he paid, is he paid? The world has changed out of all recognition, to the point where, in those days, you know, we'd come here on the coach, first, thirds and fifths, and the seconds and fourths would go down there, and in reverse. My word, the world has changed, but I suspect the quality of the game today was about 85,000 times better than the quality of the game was. With all due respect to you, sir, over there, I remember you darting down the wing. But anyway, probably much better now than it was then. Anyway, so my job is to give the award to the man of the match for Rotherham. I've mentioned this to a few people today, but I was listening to Joe Schmidt, the coach of Australia, talking about the Australian team after they lost to the All Blacks this morning, narrowly. And he said, I won't do the accent, he said there are only 3 things that matter in rugby: the scrum, the line-out, and the restart. He said everything else is a frippery. And I thought today was a very indication of that, you know, in terms of dominance in the scrum and the set piece was so important. So to that end, I think Mr. Bergmanis, your hooker, who threw in magnificently, is your man of the match today. So if he's around.
Hi guys, I think a lot of people could have won this award. Won the man of the match today. The whole front row, our backs again for managing the game. Capsy busting, played well too. So just thanks very much for that, and we'll look forward to next week against Sale. That's our big one. So focus on that next week.
You're up there now, kid. Here we go.
Come on, Rob!
Okay, ready, boys? Countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, go! Well done for that. So, before we get on to the notes, one of the guys in the back office here had a very big birthday on Thursday. Now, I know he doesn't like this sort of thing, but I just feel that we can't just pass up on Tony Jenkinson's 60th birthday. So, Tony, can you come up here, please? And can we all sing happy birthday to Tony? Are we ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tony. Happy birthday to you. 3 cheers, it's big. It's big. It's big. Man, a few words.
Sorry, Tony.
He's going to swear at me now.
I won't follow John with that expletive, but you are. I don't actually celebrate birthdays, but nevertheless, thank you very much for your best wishes and Sam for this cake. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Danny Jenkinson. So on Wednesday, we've got a game down here against Sheffield Tigers. It's been advertised as a friendly. I don't think there's any such thing as a friendly against Sheffield Tigers. It's free entry. We're kicking off at 7:30. The clubhouse is open from 5:30 for food, so you can come straight from work and have something to eat here and then cheer on the boys. We won't know the game until after training on Tuesday night, but I'm told there's going to be a mix of old and new. There's some young kids who are pushing for a place in the first team. We'll be staking a claim out there. We've got some kids coming back from injury, and we've got one or two guys who've just not quite made the first team yet, but are really pushing. So come on down and support them, give them some encouragement on Wednesday. And then next Saturday, the coach over to Sale is leaving at 12 noon. The bar will be open from 11 a.m. and so you can come down a bit early, get a drink before you get off to Sale. Kick-off is 2:30. 2 weeks today, big game against Dings. So Dings Crusaders from Bristol. Let's see how many Bristol players they can put in it for that game. Let's show them that it doesn't matter how many Bristol players they put. We'll give them a game, especially with your support. Thank you so much for your support today. Have a safe journey home, and hopefully see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much.